I grabbed this at Home Depot. I'm going to install it here. Let's go. Okay, I'm lucky my home is already pre-wired for a fan or ceiling lights. I got my ladder and I'm simply going to remove the cap, which will just pop off. Be careful, these are live wires with electricity. I'm going to unscrew this plastic bracket, which just allows this cover to snap on. In this case, one screw will do it. The pre-wiring in my home has 3 wires and 4 counting the ground wire. Some homes have 2 and 3 counting the ground wire. You'll know the ground wire because it has either a green plastic tube or is a copper wire not covered at all. I'm carefully spreading the wires apart to see what I'm working with without touching any exposed wire. I'm going to take the ends off to check out the bare wires. Okay, enough of this. It's time to turn the power off to this outlet. If you're nervous about all of this, you can go straight to the electric panel and turn off the main breaker. I don't want to turn the main breaker off because the entire house will be out of power. However, I'm not sure what breaker it is for this outlet. I'll try switching this one off because it's labeled for the kitchen area. This switch will turn on and off the fan and are on the same circuit as the recessed lighting. The light came on, so there is power still going to this circuit. I hit the wrong breaker switch. Let's go back to the panel. Okay, I believe it's the casitas since this is the guest area. Now let's hit the switch. Good, no power. I'm going to turn the fan switch to off, and to be 100%, take my multimeter and turn it on and see if it's registering electric flow. All zeros, looks good. Now it's time to strip the wires. I like to leave about a little less than a half an inch of spare wire to be able to wrap it around the other wires. Now I want to remove the mounting screws. There will be one on each side. These 2 screws will hold the fans secure to the ceiling. I went ahead and attached this open U-shaped bracket, which I find all ceiling fans have. You can see that the screws mount the bracket to the base. I have the second screw to put in to make it secure. Now onto the motor. They give you plenty of wire for a connection. This bar will hold the unit up and will screw into the top. I pulled the wire through the bar so no wires will be showing. It's attached, and the manufacturer provided this small screw that goes on the side so the bar won't loosen. This will keep it in place. I'll tighten this firmly with a needle nose pliers. This particular fan has 4 wires, with the green being the ground wire. I'm going to cut the other wires the same length as the green ground. I don't need all this extra wiring, especially since I will have to tuck the wiring into the fan housing so it's out of sight. I cut the wires, so now it's time to do a quick splice to expose the wiring. I like to turn the strippers back and forth to make a slight incision in the rubber to make it easier to separate. Turn the loose ends so it's wound together. All wires are spliced a little under 1/2 inch. I'm going to move the ceiling wires out of the way because the fan base is going to hook onto this U-bracket, which is going to hold up the entire fan. I'm going to install the base by simply sliding it into the U-bracket. Let's take a closer look at how this sits. It's time for wiring. Some ceiling fans have the wiring built in, and others, like the ones I have a receiver device, which makes it so there are more wires to deal with. They don't all match in color with the wires in the ceiling. You can see there are 4 wires, and the white wire, that's an antenna. The antenna doesn't connect to anything, and you can hide it in the base. My best advice for wiring is to follow the directions. For this unit, the picture is great. It states where the wires are coming from and their colors. Do one set of wires at a time and pay attention to the color and the direction the wire is coming from. In this case, they're coming from 3 points: ceiling, base, and transmitter. I'm going to place the transmitter through the U-bracket to sit in nicely by the wires. I want to make sure all the wires are out of the way and make sure they're all close together for connecting when this is in. Try to make the wires as accessible as possible. Now I'm going to connect all my wires and twist them clockwise, and then take the wire tabs and twist them clockwise to tighten and secure the wires. I like to add electrical tape to make sure they don't unravel. Now that everything is wired up, I push the wires to the side and out of the way. These will be covered up sitting inside the housing. The canopy screws into the base to hold itself secure. I just have one more screw on the other side. There it is, the base is up. Now I have to put on the blades and the light mechanism. It's safe to put the power back on. Time to put the blades on. These are reversible, black or gray. For this fan, these blades just clip into the black holes. The blades simply screw into the base. This is a 5-blade fan, so 4 more to go. I secure them in at the opposite sides to balance the fan out as much as possible. Blade cover is on, and then the light itself, which all fans I've seen have a connector that only fits one way. You can also see there's a tab and everything lines up. Take the light glass cover and turn it clockwise to tighten. You'll feel and hear it catch. Now it's the time we've been waiting for. Turn the switch on and try the remote. The light, and then the fan. Sweet, I can feel the breeze already. I hope this was helpful. Please select like and subscribe for more videos.